Right, so hello YouTube. This is Jaden Tries for Minion Rush, and today we are here with Ava Benevente.
Hi!
So Ava plays Meena in Minion Rush, which is obviously the villain in the residential area. So yeah, it was a pretty cool villain when Minion Rush started out, and it's still in the game.
Yeah.
It's crazy, like honestly.
I cannot believe it. I was so young when I did it that it's just crazy that it's still there and people are still playing.
The game came out in 2013.
Yeah, I was much younger.
Yeah. God, so that must have been 7 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Or nearly. Wow, that is insane. So, as I say, we do have some questions lined up.
Awesome.
So yeah, first off, just tell us a little bit about yourself, about Meena and how that came to be.
Yeah, well, I'm Ava Benevente. I'm from LA, and I was at a children's youth group. I had some voiceover experience before, and my children's theater group, they had gotten a call from the people who were making Minion Rush looking for a young girl with voiceover experience who had a raspier voice, and the person, my theater group, like the head theater group person, the person she thought of was me, and so they called me, and I sent in a recording of me doing the lines, and I booked it, and then I went in and recorded for a day and had a blast.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
As I say, I'm trying to be an actor myself. Not getting much luck, but
yeah,
I kind of get the feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you enjoy voicing Meena?
Oh, I loved it. I mean, it was like I had the flu when I did it, which was terrible.
Oh, right.
But it was a really fun day other than that. It was great to be the only person in the recording booth and to have like a director's all the attention sort of on you, especially as a 9-year-old. It was a great experience.
Yeah, that must have been great.
Yeah.
Imagine. But yeah, like, how much that I felt like, so did they tell you that Meena was a villain, or did they kind of work around that?
I sort of knew from just the lines that she was a villain. They sort of explained the concept of the game as sort of similar to Temple Run. I don't know if they used that exact words, but in the game, that was the game. And so like I understood sort of the concept of someone was going to be chasing and that was going to be me. And I was totally fine with playing a villain. I was 9. I thought it would be fun. So yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Meena isn't that bad.
No,
I mean, what does she do? She throws cookies at people.
Yeah.
I think.
Nothing terrible. I mean, it's a Despicable Me game, so.
Yeah, how bad could it be?
Violent.
But like, so have you ever played Minion Rush and kind of met your own character?
I have played Minion Rush, but I think I haven't played it in years, but I've never gotten to my own character, which is really a horrible experience because I had to basically, the game came out and I had to wait until people started playing and getting to her character, and then people like yourself started uploading videos about it, and that was when I heard myself for the first time. I have yet to ever make it to my character.
That's insane. I suppose, yeah, it was a lot harder to get to Meena back in the day.
So hard. And I don't think I've played it if they redid the game, because I know they redid it a couple of years back.
Yeah.
It's pretty different than it was when it came out, which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, they completely redid the game. So now getting to Meena isn't as difficult. You have to work through a few missions, and then at that point you kind of get to the level, and there's a certain stage where it says, "Oh, beat Meena once," I think.
Yeah, no, I think it's easier now. I just haven't ever tried, but I have the game on my phone at all times. So yeah.
Gosh, that's insane. You wouldn't expect that, like, you're in a game and you just never came across your own character.
It's so hard. It was so hard. I remember, like, as a little kid getting so frustrated about the fact that I didn't meet Meena. So, yeah.
I mean, when I was young, wow, when did I first played it when it came out, so, yeah, I would have been introduced to Meena when it came out. But, yeah, it was an interesting character to come across, because it was genuinely very hard for a kid's game.
It's a hard game. It's not
that's what I say. It's like, that's how kind of me and people like someone called Shady Nefarious, people like us have kind of taken the game more competitively.
Yeah.
So like coming across characters like your own, like in the game, gets really frustrating because it's so hard to get past it.
Yeah.
And then every time I die, I hear like, oh, what is it? You're too
I'm gonna
slow,
tell my
or-
mom, I think is it. Like, that's her, like, line. I'm calling my mom.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Every time you crush as Meena, it's like, I'm telling my mom.
Yeah.
Honestly, that voice gets so annoying, but I'm
I'm
not
sure.
insulting.
No, I'm sure it gets so annoying.
Oh yeah, trust me. So yeah, how did you kind of decide on kind of the way that you should voice Meena, like the voice that you went for?
Well, I think I knew sort of the tone they were going for. They wanted, obviously, a bit of an older teenager. I was 9, and I think the character is sort of supposed to be like 13-ish. So I knew just, I think as a 9-year-old, taking it into account, trying to play a little older, playing like a little more, but still whiny. I think that was like a big thing for me, is like I wanted to whine, but I wanted to sound like I was a mature person whining. And so I think
So like kids trying to be more mature in a way.
Yeah, I mean, she's a villain. She's causing trouble. I would assume that she's trying to put on a little bit of an older person vibe. And
yeah, you totally see that. Like obviously with Minion Rush, it's only a mobile game.
Yeah.
So like you don't get many voice actors in it, but
No.
you know, when you do, the small lines and kind of the characteristics that come across really stick with you. Like, as I say, 7 years I've been playing now, and I can't get that voice out of my head.
I'm
like,
sure,
seriously.
that's crazy.
Man, honestly, if you stick with a game, the little voice lines, they nag at your head. It's my sleep paralysis demon.
That's
honestly.
that's insane.
But yeah, like, did you enjoy, well, you know, the opportunity of becoming a voice actor, if that was kind of like your first job?
Yeah, I mean, it was my first, so I had done some voice acting before, but in big group settings, and obviously most voice actors actually aren't credited when it comes to like big motion pictures. You're a part of a group that's credited. So this was one of the first times that I was like given a credit, given IMDb credit, and it was, so that was super exciting. And it was also just exciting to be able to see like my name on the like little, I think it's called the head, which is super cool. And then also just being able to tell people and having them know that character, having played the game and knowing that that's, like, someone they've come across, instead of just being like, oh, I was in such and such. No, you wouldn't have noticed me. And I think that as a going into sort of like the middle school, high school experience, it was great to be able to tell people and have that be like my fun fact and 2 truths and a lie and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I loved playing Meena, and I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity when I did.
Yeah, it must have been really cool. I won't lie, right? It would be pretty cool to like voice a Minion Rush villain. Like obviously, as I've said, you know, the small chances that you get with these characters, they really stick with you. It is insane. But yeah, like, so, you know, after you voiced Meena, like obviously it was years and years ago, have you done anything with like the voice acting idea since, or do you plan on doing more with it?
Well, I did a lot more of the group sort of voice acting stuff, but not much more since. I obviously went into middle school and high school and took a big focus on education, but I audition and I have agents and managers, and I plan to be an actor, and I would love to be doing voiceover for years to come. I love voiceover. I think it's such a fun job because you can sort of show up in, I mean, I have never shown up in my pajamas, but you could, and it's you still get to do a good day. Yeah, good day's work. And I think sometimes voice characters, like animated characters, can mean a lot to people, and even sometimes more so than the characters that are physically on screen. And so I'd love to do more voiceover, and I plan to do that in the future.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be a pretty cool experience. Yeah. I mean, myself, I haven't done much of it, but I get what you're saying. It is a really awesome experience because you can kind of make yourself go a little bit more off script than if you were, say, on a camera, because you can kind of express it more, you know, take multiple chances with it, and there isn't really any kind of penalty if you do anything wrong.
Yeah, and a lot of voiceover acting is improv. I mean, there's a lot of improv when it comes to voiceover acting. So unless you're working on a scripted voiceover sort of project, but yeah, I mean, I think definitely, I'm not entirely sure of this, but I think I added some words and stuff like that here and there with Meena. And, I like that aspect of voiceover acting a lot.
Yeah, it is cool, I gotta admit. But yeah, I had a look on IMDb. That's actually how I found you.
I'm sure, yeah.
But it says that you also did some work for ParaNorman.
Yes, I did.
How was that?
That was fun. That was another one of those group things. My dad's actually a sound editor. So a lot of the people who are in the room, I've just met at parties and stuff like that. I would like to say I think I get most of my jobs on my own merits, but definitely that's sort of how I got into it.
Yeah.
But it's nice to like always know people and to have them tell my dad that like I'm consistently doing good work. And I think ParaNorman was one of my first group projects, and to be told that I was doing a good job and to get a credit on it, it was great. I loved that.
Oh, that is really cool.
And it was the first time
I had
see
no
my
idea.
name in the credits. Like when you're in the movie theater, you could see the credits roll by and I'm like at the end of the cast. So I remember I was in Ohio with my grandma and we went to the like movie theater and saw my name roll by. But yeah, I loved ParaNorman.
Oh man, that must have been so cool.
So exciting.
Wow. Like, yeah, I mean, I saw ParaNorman a long time ago, so I'm not entirely sure of like the timings of when it came out, but was ParaNorman before or after Minion?
I think it was before Minion Rush, because I did a little bit on Smurfs, and then I did ParaNorman. So.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because a lot of times that sort of stuff is uncredited, and yeah, so I remember, I think ParaNorman was my first like paid voiceover gig. So, and it was obviously the only one of the, I've been on lots of big sort of group voiceover projects, but it was the only one that I got an individual name credit on, which was great. Someone who wants to pursue voice acting or take on a role similar to Meena, I would say go in, have fun. I know that's such a like a typical answer, but I would definitely say that having fun with every voiceover role you have, because you have the opportunity to not be thinking about your face and not be thinking about how you look, it's just a really beneficial experience. And so I would say go in, have fun, and you're going to get the best product possible, and come in prepared. Like know sort of your lines, even though they're going to give them to you, but like just be prepared and have fun. That's my general advice. It was a really great experience. Even being so young, I got a private, obviously you have to do 3 hours with an on-set teacher. So I started the day with a teacher who was so friendly and nice, and everyone in the booth was so nice. And obviously my dad is the sound editor, so I knew sort of the type of guy who was recording, and everyone was really friendly, and they knew I was 9, and my dad was with me the whole day, and it was actually at a stage that I had worked on before. So, I mean, it was a pretty great experience. I definitely didn't feel uncomfortable at all, so, you know, great. I would definitely say be realistic with the goals that you set, whether it be in acting or any other facet of life, and work hard. Sometimes you get lucky, especially with acting. You have to know that half of it is luck and being in the right place at the right time or knowing the right person. But I think that if you work hard and you're always prepared and doing the best job you can, you will eventually be rewarded. I mean, Instagram is Ava Benevente, but besides that, probably no other socials. But thank you so much for having me. This was so fun.